Let's explore C++ scope, focusing on variable scope and lifetime in C++ programs. Understanding scope is essential for writing efficient and bug-free C++ code. Scope determines where variables are accessible and how long they remain in memory. In C++, there are several types of scope that define the accessibility and lifetime of variables. The first type is local scope. Variables declared inside a function or block have local scope. They are only accessible within that function or block. For example, a function named example function contains an integer variable local var assigned to 10. The comment says local var is only accessible inside this function. Global var is destroyed as soon as the function ends. The second type is global scope. Variables declared outside of all functions have global scope. They are accessible throughout the entire program. For example, an integer variable global var is assigned to 100. A function named SumFunction is created where global var can be accessed. It can be changed to 200 inside the function. Let's explore block scope in C++. Variables declared within curly braces, that is, a block, have block scope and exist only within that block. For example, in the main function, an integer variable outer var is assigned to 10 and is accessible throughout main. Then, inside curly braces or a block, an integer variable inner var is assigned to 20, which is a block-scoped variable. Outer var can be accessed inside the block and assigned to 30. Inner var is destroyed as soon as the block ends and is not accessible outside the block. Now let's discuss function scope in C++. Parameters and variables declared in a function have function scope. Look at the code snippet. The function calculateSum accepts two integer parameters a and b, which have function scope. Inside the function, an integer variable result is assigned to a plus b, and result also has function scope. As soon as the function ends, a, b, and result are destroyed. In the main function, an integer variable sum is assigned to the value returned by calculateSum when called with values 5 and 10. A, b, and result are not accessible here. Function parameters and local variables are created when the function is called and destroyed when the function exits. Let's delve into class scope in C++. Class members have class scope and are accessible based on their access specifiers. In the code snippet, a class named rectangle is created. Under the private access specifier, integer variables width and height are declared, which have class scope and are privately accessible. Under the public access specifier, a constructor rectangle with integer parameters w and h is declared that initializes width with w and height with h. Another function getArea calculates the area by using width and height, which can access the private members. Let's discuss namespace scope in C++. Namespaces group related identifiers to avoid name collisions. A namespace called math is created. Inside the namespace, a constant double variable named pi is declared and assigned the value 3.14159. A function called square is defined to return the square of the input parameter x. In the main function, a double variable area is assigned to the value of pi times square of 2.0. The members of the math namespace are accessed using the scope resolution operator, that is, double colon. Now let's discuss variable lifetime in C++. There are two types of storage duration. The first is automatic storage duration. Local variables have automatic storage duration. They are created when their block is entered and destroyed when exited. In the example function, an integer variable x is assigned to 10, and it is created as soon as the function is called. X exists only in this function and is destroyed as soon as the function ends. The second type is static storage duration. Global variables and static local variables have static storage duration. They exist for the entire program execution. An integer variable global var is assigned to 100, which has static duration. In the function counter, a static integer variable count is initialized to 0 only once, and its value persists between calls. Let's summarize the best practices for variable scope in C++. Minimize scope by declaring variables in the smallest scope possible. Avoid global variables as they can lead to name conflicts and make code harder to maintain. Use namespaces to group related functionality and avoid name collisions. Always initialize variables when they are declared. Make variables constant when their values shouldn't change using the const keyword. Be careful with static variables and use them only when necessary. Understanding scope and lifetime helps write cleaner, more efficient, and bug-free C++ code. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.